Alright, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading in for trial number 1 of Chad's versus Hysteric, and the hits just keep coming. We got the good guy on mid-witch element. Oh, I forgot how botched this guy's perspective is. We're going to be switching over very shortly, but with that said, I'm your host, Little Regard, jumping into the action, and joining me is none other than Outcast Andrew. How do you feel about that pallet stud? You liking that?
I think Dino Melon got a little bit over ambitious with the swing there. So when you said Chucky, I forgot about this. Is it the stutter step we're talking about? He's a little bit.
Yeah, it's got that old
janky.
school. Like when we had the spectator bug that came into the game, it was 2 months before Chucky came out, and so I'm pretty sure it was an update that where they're preparing for Chucky. And now just Chucky has a spectator bug.
He's just he's going so fast that they're showing like a streak behind him, and that's what we're seeing there. Good sneak up there on Jane playing the ace here, and we got our first hit coming in. Yeah, Dino Melon is a pretty crack killer. I know him fairly well, and so I'm looking for big things from Dino Melon here. But we are playing this 50-50 palette. Is he gonna get that though? Oh, he did get it.
I'm about to say, I think this palette becomes technically not a 50-50 once it's down because of the fact that Chucky can scamper under it with his power. And see, this is fine. There's no stuttering when they're in first person, but it's literally when he's on third person perspective.
I think that if the survivor had run to the right there, they might have got away from it, but also you have to be worried because if you start cheating to the right and you lose the 50-50, you're running right into the killer, right? So I think that there was something you might have been able to do there, but I think that it was a lot of like guess and pray. But but we'll see. We do see some gen progress coming in here. We have it looks like 3 generators with some decent progress for that first hook. I didn't see, was that a pain res hook?
That was in fact a pain res hook, so it did hit, I believe it hit Toledo's gen. It looks like they have found Nancy in the meantime in the piano room. Gonna opt for the break and let Nancy get a little bit of distance since they are 110, but it looks like, I say Slice and Dice coming in and they are not, they're just gonna go for the M1. 1 gen complete, looks like Toledo's about to finish their 2nd gen. Oh, mind game working well as they path correctly and get away a little bit more distance. They do have God Palette below if they decide to use it. Flashbang coming in. Do they get the blind? No, they do not.
No such luck. The unhook did come in there, and we just decided to stay with this chase. So I think for now we're just going to be chasing the Nancy here. That stun coming in. That's pretty hard to avoid as a killer. You basically unless you're dropping on top of them before they hit the ground, that pallet's coming down on your head. They do get the heal on Ace, so we're playing spread the hooks right now. It looks like for the time being. A little bit far for this chase. I think maybe just trying to get distance. I don't know. I maybe a little over ambitious. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Slice and Dice for distance makes sense. I can appreciate that. Looks like they're going to be looping around the side. Good job here, waiting for them to commit. I don't know if I would have vaulted back there, and that is going to be a hook coming in for Nancy. However, 3rd generator going down in the meantime for Hysteric. And Laura with another one on the way. Is this going to be a pain res, though? So Laura's gen is going to be hit in the meantime. Also, interesting perk choice. What's up with this Mind Breaker?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't believe are the survivors able to have exhaustion perks?
Not that nothing major that I'm aware of, if I'm being honest.
Like, okay, so let's think big brain here. You're on a generator. Someone gets hooked, but I mean, you communicate, right? I realize, listen, mid-witch is a hard, as far like for comp, like clock callouts.
Yeah, clock callouts are awful, yeah.
Mid-witch is a little bit harder. I always got to be reminded which exit is 6 and which exit is 12, but I mean, these guys have done it more than I have, so they probably don't have that problem. The blindness and the exhaustion are the 2 reasons for Mindbreaker.
Well,
I don't. Will blindness matter that much?
Well,
wait, that was sprint.
Yeah,
burst,
that was sprint burst.
Yeah,
and Nancy.
Yeah,
Nancy had smash hit. So, and this has life. Okay, I guess I was wrong. They actually do have exhaustion perks. Yeah. I'm just used to stealth kills not having, but I guess technically Chucky's not a they're not C or D tier. They're like, I don't know. What would you say Chucky's like, high B tier?
He's a. Okay, so since the recent buff nerf, whatever, I kind of lost track because I kept on buffing and nerfing, his cooldown and his speed and his whatever. I think he's a pretty impressive killer in general. I think he's taken a little bit of a nerf, but I would put him up there, and he's probably solid A tier.
Okay.
With the existence of an S tier, I'd put him a high B, low A. I could be wrong, but he's a pretty impressive killer. His Slice and Dice gives him a lot of closing distance, and it's pretty easy to end chases quickly. Now, that being said, mid-witch is interesting because there's a lot of there's a lot of pallets that, while they're not all of them are the strongest pallets. A lot of them are 50-50 pallets, but not all of them give you opportunity for some slice and dice plays, I feel. Anyways.
Right. No, absolutely. That's a fair point. And generally, if it's not an absolutely, like, bottom B killer or worse, generally we do allow a pretty decent plethora of exhaustion perks to be used, so that might also just be the case. But opting to break the door, pushing them into the lounge area, and now Ace holding a great check spot here. We'll see Chucky. Are they going to double back? Looks like they might have left altogether. We do see a lot of gen progress between Laura and Talita, with Nancy on her own gen to boot.
They're doubling one and singling another, and both of them are very close to getting finished here. Interesting. It looked like a little bit of miscommunication there, where one of them might have wanted to stop and finish and body block to allow the gen to get finished, and then they just both kind of cut and run. That gen did pop. Like I couldn't see a world where that gen wasn't going to pop. This is a pretty dead area. This is going to be an insta down, but is it going to be enough?
Yeah, we'll have to see.
This gen's going to pop.
Yeah, this next one's about to finish, and we know Noah's about to activate. So the question is, where this hook comes in, and where do they get these extra stages? Again, ideally, they would be able to hook Talita here, as they would represent a fresh hook, but Talita's already on the exit gate halfway through. I think they're just going to try and go for a six-stage 1K here and try and secure it. Again, the survivors don't know about Noah yet, and I imagine they just take their outs here. Like, this is a good result against Chucky.
So, talking about Chucky's perks and now they're out, he was also running Monitor and Abuse, which they may or may not have been able to identify in the middle of the match. So there was Mindbreaker and Pain Res were the only definite perks that were definitely called out. So they had to assume no ed, right? Even if they did identify Monitor Abuse, they were still short one. So yeah, I think cut and run.
Yeah, they never picked the gen for Eruption. Yeah, no, you're right. All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading back in for trial number 2, the return of the good guy. Unfortunately, we don't see a good girl, but you know what? There's plenty of time in the season to come, and we were talking about it on the back end. This killer does bring corrupt intervention. Do you think it's gonna pay off?
Well, I mean, we'll see. Like, we were kind of questioning the in between the break there. We were kind of chatting a little bit about we don't really feel like Mindbreaker got a lot of value, and Monitor Abuse, it's hard to tell because you don't know if you've snuck up on somebody really, But I was saying, I'm not a big fan of corrupt intervention on stealth killers and midwich. Oh, very, very close.
I'm about to say that whiffed so close.
That was very close. That could be a ping hit. Anyways, I don't know about that. I'm not a big fan of corrupt intervention, but like last match, Dino got a quick down. It wouldn't have got a lot of value out of corrupt, but this time around, he's coming in this side. He's coming in this door.
Oh my goodness, that was so great! That was phenomenal from the Chucky. My goodness, what a hit.
And I think he clipped the end of that scamper. Like the scamper came like at the very end, like 1 second later, and he wouldn't have done it. Dame's in a bit of trouble here. Anyways, corrupt intervention. I mean, how much time was left on corrupt intervention there? Like probably another 30 seconds. So you know what? It wound up paying off, I guess. But if you get a quick down, sometimes it's not worth it. And now he's short of perk. So anyways, first hook on Dame. I think that might have been a pain res. Nope, it wasn't
actually. Yeah, surprisingly.
This build, though, in general, I'm not going to talk about all the perks, but this build I think is a better build than the last build. There are some things I would take from column A and column B, but overall, I like this build better than what Dino ran last match. But we'll see how it goes here with Goofy. Getting a kick there, killing this God pallet.
The one thing that surprises me is there's no brutal strength. I feel like brutal strength is pretty common on Chucky. Did that kind of go away after his changes? Like, what happened there?
I don't know. I mean, with a shorter... So, the changes are what? He's slower movement, but shorter cooldown, right? That's what it was? Because it went shorter cooldown, and then they decided he was way too oppressive, and then they said, okay, shorter cooldown, but he's not as fast in his dash. Okay. With the shorter cooldown, maybe you can make plays on pallets a little bit better, and maybe that's why you don't see Brutal as much. I think it's a solid pick either way. There are some killers that really, really feel like they need it based on how oppressive their power is and the cooldown of their power. See, okay, and I'm a big Dino Melon fan, so I am not disrespecting Dino in any way here, but I appreciate this proxy camp a lot better. I feel like that's where the last game kind of got away from Dino, was end up chasing the Nancy and end up far away from the unhook, and they got the unhook and the heal for free. Dame does manage to do that 180 around the corner and stay away from Chucky for another couple seconds here. But we are trying to continue the tunnel out here. The tunnel out is the difference, right?
Right.
We're going to make it to this God palette. And we got 2 gens done with another half done there. Z-Slash is working on another gen. Dame got tripped up there a little bit on that there. I don't know if you agree with anything I'm saying. I feel like that was the main problem, and I feel like this has got more potential to be a better... Oh, good.
I think it does. I think going a more traditional route, trying to go for the title is going to pay off. Especially, like, and to be fair, it's afforded to you here. You're allowed to play a lot more traditional and safe. Playing killer first tends to have, it's like, okay, do I play this way? And sometimes you're afforded the luxury, sometimes you're not. It's a bit hard to say, and that is going to be the first pain res coming in. And yeah,
That's
as
the
of
other
right
thing,
now,
right?
and to be fair, they're also just getting more value out of their build right now, I think.
Yeah. Well, whether intentionally by where the hook spawned or unintentionally, hey, I got a pretty quick down and I've seen a few survivors. I know there's not a gen disable done. Regardless, whatever the reason, saving Dame's pain res there and getting it on that second one when the third gen was about to pop was really, really disruptive of the survivors. So they will finish this generator, it looks like, but that pain res was probably more effective there than it would have been on that first downside.
No, absolutely.
Like you said, getting value out of the build, like you said. Oop.
Right. Crash coming in here, and they will get the hit. Will apply the straight razor, mangle, and hemorrhage status effect, and looks like they're content to hit and run and leave. However, Unhook will be coming in the meantime. The killer is hot on their way to come back to it. They're not too far away, actually.
I hope they realize Chucky's coming from downstairs. It may not be clear, but having got the hit on Finesse there, probably was able to communicate it. We do get the live here on Dame, but Chucky is hot on his tail. Looks like dropping chase. Interesting. Well, okay. Dame was about to drop into the bathroom, and the bathroom has a pretty strong pallet, right?
Yes.
So I think you probably want to go for the tunnel up, but also I think that Boofy was thinking, hey, I only need 4 hooks, 2 fresh, which this is 3 hooks, 2 fresh.
They need 5, but also this will be a fresh
5, yes.
pain res too, potentially, which will help with that gem.
Yeah. I think it was, I'm not going to catch Dame for a minute, so I'm gonna go ahead and down Georgie here. So I think that's what that was, but yeah.
That is fair.
Sorry, you're right. It was 5 and 2, right?
Right. And also, based on the killer's game plan here, he might also just be going for a similar thing, but now you're afforded the luxury of, if you find another survivor, oh my goodness, he actually found him, and that is going to be a fresh hook on Jake. Oh my word. Oh, trying to go for this pallet slave, but it's not going to happen. They got basement here. I'd go for basement. Basement's such a slap in the face. And you're next to a gen that's being progressed heavily.
What was that explosion? Did somebody miss a skill check? That might have been a missed skill check. When he went down, it looked like I saw a flash, like a gen explode.
Firecracker.
But obviously, oh, it was a firecracker. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was losing my mind. I was like, what just blew up? There's no eruption. I was confused. Anyways, yeah.
Oh, good. They're actually working a separate generator that they're going to probably progress, but now you got the problem of you have to get that survivor out of the basement.
Yep. Well, actually, if Georgie were to fully die in the basement there, that would be a tie, would it not?
No. If someone dies in the basement now, it's a loss. Like the survivors can only afford to give 1 more stage here, and they're all injured.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. I forgot that. Sorry, my bad. I forgot that they hooked Georgie. That's right.
Yep.
That's right. That Z-Slasher in the basement. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they could.
Sorry,
trade...
guys. My brain cooked from this weekend. My bad.
You're fine. They could trade, Damon there and get a tie, which seems like what they're doing. Yeah, they healed up Hinatu, and now they're gonna go in for the trade.
Can you get this?
Yeah, they can get the trade here.
Oh, so close.
Oh, it's adrenaline on Jake, but now there's the. Oh, this is so big brain because adrenaline popped off, but they're not going to go for it because the bar time BT is still in there. And that means that the Noed's going to... Yeah. They have Noed, but if you hit an adrenaline full health survivor off BT, they still have the BT. That is such a heads up play from Boofy.
Very, very good job just not reflex swinging on the healed survivor there. Nope. And that's going to be it, right? Right here is going to be the winning hook. So that's going to be... Wow.
Survivors take their stages out, but that is going to be a win for Hysteric.
Good attempt by the survivor. That was the right play to do at the right time. I wonder if maybe they should have. The one mistake that might have happened was they popped that generator, which you can body block regardless.
Right. All right, everyone. Welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading in for trial number 3 of Hysteric versus Chads. It is going to be the Cannibal on Hawkins. I think we had one game like this already, but I'm very curious to see how this one goes. Oh, no, it was Larry's. It was Larry's where we saw it. So how do you feel about this?
I mean, we're definitely cooking here. I'll give you that. Okay, let's. It's unorthodox. It's unusual, but let's look at it realistically. Hawkins has a lot of interesting palettes. Some of them are weak, some of them are playable. So that gives Bubba a little bit of back and forth moonwalk like that palette. If that palette's down right there, that could create an interesting Bubba versus Survivor situation. I think we're gonna see it down here on Finesse. So I'm, in conclusion, I don't love the indoor maps because I feel like there's lots of stuff to bump into, but these guys are pros. So, Basement Bubba, right away, let's go!
They have Iron Grasp Agi! No! It is
this was the plan.
Bubba!
This was the plan all along. Oh my goodness, with the last perk. That's crazy. Anyways, no gen regression is a questionable choice, but I mean, all right. I mean, we're having a good time. Let's see what happens.
Yep. They have Corruption Intervention, didn't last very long. Trail of Torment for the business.
So that's all 4 perks there, right? That survivors will know it because they'll see the yellow, so they know Trail of Torment. They would have been able to call out Agi and Iron Grasp, and Corrupt Intervention's over. So we are dealing with a don't get on my shoulder, Bubba, with some stealth. That's your perks. That's it.
Yep. The only thing we're missing is Mad Grit.
Yeah. Backpack Bubba. Let's go.
The only downside is that I don't feel like that would get as much value. Now, granted, that generator, they're probably hesitant to touch it because, unless they have a good call out, Hannibal could technically just round the corner and just get you, so...
Just walk up on you. And then you got 2 in the basement, and it's game over at that point.
Yeah, 2 in the basement is deadly.
Half of the map is basement access at this point.
Yep.
So that's really interesting. I can't see them going for the save here, but the problem is, okay, so how many gens do we have in Nearby? This gen is too close to basement. I mean, we get the eyes on it there. Finesse went to second state there. We do have the one in the corner. We have the one upstairs. There's not a 3rd gen too close, I don't believe. Like, the upstairs gen could be scary when you got trail on, but I think this gen here's maybe a little closer than they want it to be. Yeah, this is a really strong setup for Bubba.
It really is, especially like you said with the basement right there. Also worth noting is that they're doing just enough harassment to try and bait a survivor to go for the unhook, but I think the survivors are like, sorry, Finesse, you're dying down there, buddy. There's no saving you.
Like, right now would be when you would have to go, and we haven't seen one of them. We haven't seen Dino, I don't know. Is it one of them? But from looking from the basement perspective, there's nobody nearby, so I think Finesse is dead.
Yep, Finesse is very dead. Oh, Hinat missed call out.
No.
Oh, boy. Oh, they get away. That is a god pallet.
Yeah, that little bit of stall when you first start chainsawing that slows you down for a half second saved the life, but that was very close.
It absolutely was.
It's really unfortunate. The survivors, even though they've surrendered Finesse to the entity at this point, they didn't get a ton of gen progress for it. Like, this gen will pop. There's a couple other gens close, but you would want to see 3 to 4 gens then at this point to cost the whole life, right?
You would want to, yeah, but they, like I said, they've had enough gens in the area. They were able to pressure them, and getting chased with Dino now. No, they're just gonna back off of it, and that's what you said. Like, the survivors know they need to do these gens because they're primary gens in the center, but Hannibal was able to harass them this whole time, which is probably the reason they only got 2 gens done for this death. No, 3.
So that gen popping. That one just popped. That one's good. That was a good one. They got the one done that seemed like it was closer to the portal room.
Yep.
There is the portal room one, which is a free gen. So they've got 3 gen. You know what? Actually, survivors, I don't want to speak too soon. It's a god palette. I don't want to speak too soon, but the survivors are in pretty decent position right now. That gen up there is pretty much a gimme. So that means they got essentially what could be 1 gen left. And they had a lot of progress. And because we haven't seen another down yet, I think the survivors are doing okay. It looked dire, but it's probably going to be okay. I think they're going to get this gen done in front of us here, and I think the Boofy knows.
Yeah, it looks like they're doubling up on it, but they actually got out of dodge beforehand. So they did prevent it from breaking, and they got 1 or 2 resources out of the way, but yeah, I think you might be right.
This is terrifying, though.
True.
They need to go back to that gen, and you've got a silent man with a chainsaw right now.
Silent man with a chainsaw might be the most terrifying phrase I've heard today. That is a scary ingredient indeed. Now the question is, can you get this down? Not even using the chase. Oh my word. That was phenomenal.
And then they pop it. Okay, so see, the survivors are in good shape. They're in pretty good shape. It looked bad. It looked worse than it was because they actually got those gens done. Finesse unfortunately went down, and you and I talked about this yesterday or Friday. It's this map is so deceptive, and because it is an indoor map, you can't choose where the basement spawns.
Right.
And every match I've watched on this map, the basement is on the side of the first down randomly. Like, go down in the portal room, it's in the portal room. Go down on the other side, it's in the other side. And it's just like totally fluke, and it happened 100% of the time so far.
Hey, that's just how it goes sometimes, you know?
And Dino being patient. Oh, he could have swung there.
He could have swung. Oh, going back upstairs now. Bloodlust 1 kicking in, though. I don't know if he makes his... Oh, it's the fast vault one. Nope.
I think if he'd fully sent it there, he would have made it. It's almost like it was a weird situation. Anyways, Dame was hanging out there. I think it was Dame. Yeah, Dame was hanging out there waiting for the crackers, the flashlight save, firecracker save, but did not.
Look
was
at
not
this. They're taking him to this hook. Right below this.
Well, a heads up killer's gonna know this is a gimme gen, but unfortunately at this point you can't let them have a gimme gen, right?
Right.
And you just get out quick. Yeah, I agree with that. Now, are you going to play this window?
Making a tag through it.
I would have ran back into the map. I don't know about that.
Well, now you got two people and... Yeah, you got them hostage.
No, you know what he wants to do, though? He wants to stay in that room so that he can't face camp the gen. He's going to go back upstairs, and if Bubba wants to stop that gen from popping, you're going to have to make room for Dame to come for the save. That was a smart play by Z-Slasher. That's a smart play. I, in my mind, get back into the map, but no, this was the right move. And now Z-Slasher can play this window 3 times. I think Z can get away from there. Yeah, there's plenty of pallets up this side, too.
Good call.
Did I not see Dino over there? Did I not see a dinosaur Dwight over there? Am I crazy?
I don't... That's tough to say. Yeah, I don't know if I
these
saw them
pallets.
Oh my word.
Z-Slasher, you absolute psycho. All right, always, okay.
Just a little.
He does
no,
make
you're
it.
right. They were over here.
Yeah, it looked like he was standing by the window and Bubba just like walked by him to go after Dwight. To go after Jake, yeah, to go after Slasher.
Yeah, and they're going to get this gen done. So that means that Knatu is going to be over getting to an exit gate. Well, no, they're actually on a gen?
They're on the other upstairs gen. I think they were trying to not put all their eggs in one basket.
Well,
but
I don't know. I feel like Dino should have called like, hey, I'm going to get this gen done. Don't worry.
I agree, but I guess you never know. I don't know. This is scary.
Yeah, this still is 3K
There's pallets
territory.
here, but not here. Yeah. Is there a pallet in this room? No, this pallet's gone, but did we end up kicking these pallets? Oh, nope.
Wait, they started chasing with Hinatu. They know where they are. This could be 4K0.
He knows he's there. He got you into chase, and also the obsession. So if he didn't notice, he would have heard the violin. That one.
Yeah, the violent strings. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. So there's no unbreakable allowed in the set, guys. So Dame is just trying to make some distance to maybe be able to pick up Dino or unhook Slasher.
Yup.
Or last a full 4 minutes to get a hatch. But this is not looking good for the Chads here. Great job getting those gens done, but yeah, 4K0 territory for sure. Very patient, except no. It's unfortunate. If he'd ran straight into the room next to him, like this long room to the right of us right now, there was a pallet in that room, but I think there's one pallet in this room on the other end. But that's gonna be a 4K0.
That's a pretty good result against the Bubba right here. They did a good job up to that point. I don't know if it was a good idea getting that close, but
yeah, I don't know what Dame was. I think what Dame was probably trying to do was Dino went down. As soon as you pick up Dino, you're gonna either go to the gate thinking I'm opening it, or you're gonna pick up and hook. In which case, I can save Z-Slasher.
Right.
I think that's the idea, but flew too close to the sun,
feels
got in
like that.
chase, and identify and let Bubba know you were nearby. I honestly, I really want to know if Buki saw Dame or heard Dame get into chase, because the fact that the obsession got into chase might have been the difference maker. That's crazy.
I think they had line of sight on him, or pretty good line of sight, just because, I mean, you obviously can't get into chase without it, but based on the perspective of that doorway, I think they got a good line of sight. But
Well, you saw him, right? You saw Dame, right?
yeah.
I didn't see Dame till we switched over to Survivors, so... Mind you, I saw Dino hiding in a corner, and I don't know why I'm the only one who saw it, because you and Boofy didn't see him, so... I don't know.
It happens. It happens.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that, because I'm gonna have to see... It's like he was crouching in the corner, trying not to be seen, like he was in a bush or something, but there's no bushes. Anyway.
All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading back in for trial number 4, either the halfway point or the end of the line. Or Chads. We'll just have to wait and see. We have Dino piloting the cannibal once again on Hawkins. We see a bunch of survivors in the portal room breaking up. All right, what do you expect to see here, Andrew?
I don't know what the hell. I'm looking at the perk, man. I don't what like. Listen, I trust in my boy Dino. He's awesome. Dino Melon came like I don't know. For those of you guys who don't know, Dino Melon kind of came into the comp scene through Otofu's scrims, and that's where the Chads came from too. They kind of developed from there. And they've gone from, hey, let's play for fun on Tofu's channel to, hey, let's play in some of the biggest leagues in the world. They're awesome. I love the guys on the team. I don't know what that perk is for. Am I not understanding that perk? I can't even talk about it yet, but it's a weird... Anyways,
well,
Dino has a weird perk. Perk. That's all I'm saying.
Speaking of weird perk, Horsey perk, which is actually incredibly obnoxious on this map. That's what I'm talking about.
That damn
you don't
door,
know where
hey?
the hooks
Jeez.
are. Oh, my word.
He should make this.
Barely,
but that was
yes.
annoying. Not just know where they are, but the stupid, I'm going left through the door. Oh, I'm on the right. I'm going right through the I'm on the left. Anyways, yeah, Horsey perk is annoying.
It's pretty obnoxious, but, and to be fair, it's actually, like, kind of good here because, yeah, you just don't know where the hooks are sometimes unless you pre-check. So they know now. 1 gen going down for the survivors. Not a lot of gen pressure otherwise just yet.
So, going back to last match, what happened? We had a basement hook, and we had a proxy camp abusing the gens, like, you know, patrolling the gens nearby.
Yep.
If we get too far away, we're going to run into the same problem Dino had in his Chucky match, which is to say that he wasn't able to continue the tunnel out / camp. And so it looks like he's doing about the same thing. The survivors this time seem to have more generators further into the map. Because you see that one deep in the far left, like back left corner, back right, like middle right there, and then it seems like they've got 2 gens close to the portal room, where the survivors last match only had 1. RNG is going to be RNG. It's going to be what it is, but it does put Dino in a bit of a worse position than we found last time with Goofy.
Potentially, yes, and they are going to be leaving them for this. However, Nancy in the area immediately running back, suspecting someone to run in on that exact moment, but nobody was waiting on it. They're just all content to slip on the gens. Oh, they were.
Well, she wasn't waiting on it. I think she got off this gen and then instantly got back on when it got calmed. But you're not wrong. Look
at that any means necessary. He was going to go back and break that pallet.
That's hilarious. I'm going to throw this pallet. What, you don't want to break it? All right, I'll pick it back up. That was funny.
It's the magical reappearing pallet.
That was genius. I'm sorry. That was really fun. Okay. We got about 30 seconds left on, this is Jane. We got 30 seconds left on Jane's life here. We know that Boofy's in the corner there working on that corner gen, and we got 2 gens about to pop here. 1 mid, 1 deep. Do we have 3? We still have 3 gens down by this hook, but we have to not allow Nancy to finish that gen. I think Dino is going to go listen to it. We have to face camp this pallet. We have to face camp this hook now, and then get them off that gen, and then hope we can get them down in time.
Exactly.
That's the strategy. That's the play.
It's going to be a tough one, but they do manage to get the death here, it seems like. Yep, they die finally. And now looking back for the Nancy, but Nancy's already made a run for it up to mid. We see portal room gen being worked on.
See, I don't even like them working on portal gen right now. It's a gimme gen.
I mean, like, you take your gens where you can, and then you can try and work on how to tackle this 3-gen situation that Cannibal has, but...
Actually, never mind. Do you know what they're doing? Do you know what they're doing? They're going to 99 that gen. They're gonna have it be a pain res eater.
That might be the case. Yeah, that's a very good point.
Do. Yeah, I take it back. That's actually very smart. Yeah.
Very true, but it's also it's a bit of a painful gen, as this killer does have Trail of Torment, which means you can go back to that portal gen if you ever get a chance to kick it, and they have to go all the way back there to stop you from, you know, having having untouchable. They do find another gen in the meantime, though, and they're able to kick it and start regressing it as well. So they are working on these generators, trying to get something going, but...
I have a question. Did Dino lose a bet? What is that perk? Can you think of any good reason for? I understand what it does, but I don't see the purpose for it.
I
can't even talk about it.
In the event they were able to do a reset, if they scream out and give away the position, and you happen to also have Trail of Torment, you get value.
It makes them oblivious too, doesn't it? Oh, good.
It does for the person getting healed. Yeah.
Yeah. That was huge. That was.
But look at them. They're on 1 gen already. Oh, they sent Toledo back down. So yeah, this is gonna be a pain res on the portal side gen, but they're not picking up. Toledo. Okay, they are picking up. So Toledo's gen will be safe.
That hook that Ace died on is a pain res.
Yep.
So we're probably gonna see the hook there again.
Makes sense.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Look, listen, there may be a reason why you could get value out of that perk, but I don't see any way why it's better than 9, 10, 11 other perks. That's my issue. Anyways.
It is a bit of an interesting pick, and to be fair, it's not the first interesting pick for a perk Dino has had today, seeing as Mindbreaker and Monitor, but...
Again, Monitor, I see what you're cooking with. I don't necessarily think I would do it myself, but I see what you're going for. But the Fearmonger or Mindbreaker or whatever it's called, that one was very okay. I'm not sure what you're doing here. I guess you don't want to get sprint bursted, but this is anyways. I'm gonna stop talking about the.
I mean, hey, if it works, it works. I mean, as of right now, I think Chaz is not in the worst position overall. If you can get this down to a 2v1, I don't think they get that last gen done for the tie.
And both of those gens are regressing right now, I believe. So they're, and also they popped the gen.
Yeah, they did.
So I was wrong. Yeah, okay. So I think that was an absolute mistake. I think they should have been doubling 1 gen and singling the other, and then do what the Chads did on Survivor side, which is okay. We've cracked the 3 gen. Now we'll go work on the 2, the portal gen. That's fine. I feel like popping the portal gen, unless maybe it wasn't communicated. I think she's gonna sneak in for the save here. Don't give space. Don't give space. Oh, okay, well, it went to second. That's fine.
Yeah, it went to second stage.
Injured survivor. We get another pain res. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Yeah.
Yep.
Don't get,
they've still got a pretty good grip on the game so far.
Can you flashbang this?
Doesn't seem to be the case. Well,
I was just like terrified of them. Oh, smart. I don't know if that's a pain res, but I don't think that Dino feels like they need the pain res right now.
It's possible, yeah.
So that's a harder one to unhook from. Okay, there's the perk. Deathbound. What the heck?
Yeah, I think...
What the heck?
Well, they did get oblivious, and they might get hit here. This is definitely causing a bit of panic and chaos in the survivor. It's like, oh,
there's nothing.
Okay.
You're dead here. Yeah, right? There's nothing here, right? Oh, no, there's another pallet. Okay.
They got stuck!
Oh, she got stuck on the pallet!
Oh, that's so unfortunate. She rubber banded into it.
Oh, no. She was hugging the wall, but she hugged the side of the wall with the pallet and got stuck on it or whatever, so. Ooh, okay. Okay, well, this is looking winnable for Dino. It's a close game. It's not over, but this is looking winnable for Dino. By the way, that staircase one was a pain res. So we have 2 pain reses at the top and on the landing in the stairs, and the other one. I just saw a survivor. No?
I don't think so. I didn't see one.
I'm crazy. I thought I saw someone peeking in the door to the left here. It might have been a barrel.
It might have been.
So how does Deathbound work? You scream and you're oblivious, right?
Yeah, you scream and you're oblivious. So the killer knows that you guys reset somewhere, and now someone doesn't know you're coming.
Fair. I mean, I guess it's extra stealth, but I don't know, man. I stand by it. I think Dino lost the bet somehow. I don't know.
It gives you an idea maybe of what lane they're going to be coming down later.
I guess. Listen, Dino is a great killer and a smart person. I don't think he's stupid for bringing this. I just don't understand. And he's sneaking up on Nancy here. This pallet never went down.
Yep.
But when you... Okay, I was going to say, if you stay in this room, if you break this, now there's not a whole lot of way to get out of here. I think you get the M1 here. There is a pallet in this corner, so... Trying to bait the pallet throw. Still on hook. Are they cranking a gen right now?
I think so.
No respect!
No, they're going for the unhook immediately.
Okay. I really appreciate the 0 respecting the pallet there from Dino, because that could have very easily... If she throws the pallet and gets the stun, she maybe gets out. If she throws... But maybe not. if she throws the pallet and you break the pallet, she's stuck there. So she knows that she's screwed unless she greeds. And Dino said, "Nope, not falling for it," and pushed through. That was really smart. That was a really smart heads-up play. Oh, so she's dead.
Yeah, she's dead.
Boofy's dead. Oh, this isn't just tieable. This is winnable.
Absolutely.
I think you bump here if you fall on this. Yeah. What?
They threaded that. Oh my word.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Neither did
All
I.
right.
And now the question is, where is our survivor? They see the scratch marks. They're on to Laura. Are they going to 4K1 and force tie breaks?
I mean, I don't see how you get out of this. Now, okay, hold on. Is there any kind of... Well, no, it doesn't make a difference. They didn't finish the gen.
Yeah, they
So
didn't
even
finish
if
gen.
someone bleeds out, it doesn't make a difference.
Nope.
Fresh hooks don't matter. The gens didn't get done. So, yeah, this is... I mean, unless something magic happens here.
Oh, good attempt there. Yeah, but I think Dino's found their groove here.
I love it.
Oh, that had connected.
Okay. All right. I believe it. That's fair. That's fair. It's not over, man. Like, there's some good pallets on this map, so stuff could happen, but...
Yeah,
I'm gonna literally talk to Dino later and ask him what the heck he was thinking about with Deathbound, but you know what? He won, so what am I even, like, you know, who gives a crap, right?
Yeah, no, they've done a phenomenal job here, and Chase is just continuing on. We will see the end of this very shortly, I imagine. Oh my word, they actually get that. What a play.
The chainsaw. Listen, I'm not even chainsawing in that situation. I'm going for the M1 play. Dino's like, nah, I got this. I'm good.
Yeah, that was phenomenally
4K1.
done.
Wow. All right, we are going to tiebreak then. We're going to see Wraith on DDS, Dead Dog Saloon.
That we are going to go there, and it's going to be a good time for all. As I never get tired of Dead Dog Saloon with Wraith, but yeah, and they find Taylor as well. So this is going to be a very cut and dry 4K1 for Dino Milan. So saving the Chads from a 2-0 sweep. And
yes, Glory Dino! I love it. Listen, I don't know if you guys can hear the smile on my face right now, but I am like ear to ear grinning right now. That was an awesome match. Well played, Dino. I love it. Smack!
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Talita shoving her dump truck in our face here. That was of all the people you could Mori. I'm sure people didn't hate that one. GG's, Chads win, and we go 1-1.
All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading back in for trial number 5. It's going to be Dino Milan cracking out the Wraith with, I would say this is a fairly... Okay, this is the most standard build I've seen from Dino.
I was going to say, there's no crazy perks. What's going on? Listen, I got to quickly jump in, and I gotta offer an apology to Dino Milan. I don't know what it's Dino Melon. It says Milan, but... Dino, I apologize. I got a message from Lily, captain of Team Meadows. Apparently, the idea behind Deathbound is when you slug somebody and they get picked up off the ground, then you're getting oblivious, so they're permanently oblivious. So it was preparing for a slug-heavy game. Valid. I take it back. I told you, Dino's cooking with something. I just didn't understand the recipe. That's all. So, but Dino's got a standard build this time, and I'm here for it.
That is actually some spicy tech, but... In the meantime, first down, relatively quick, all things considered, coming in. Survivors doubling up, trying to get the 1 o'clock gen done early as possible, while setting up on another one in the gallows. However, this might be a pain res coming in. It will not be a pain res, just going to have Ruin regress it naturally. Interesting.
It was a pretty fast down, so it could have been... There's 3 reasons for that. 1, I don't have one nearby. 2, I like this hook. Or 3, I don't need it yet. So who knows which one it is. We're going to take a tag here on the unhooking Boofy and continue this tunnel out as fast as we can. What perks have we seen so far? So they know about Ruin. They know about... Wait, we didn't have Corrupt Intervention.
Yeah, that has actually been more and more apparent. Like,
Interesting.
If you have a really quick chase, you don't really get much value out of Corrupt Intervention there. And so, I mean, that chase went pretty quickly. Just didn't need it. And that means you have more room for the macro long game play. And
I guess so. I just look at it as like it's the map. For the map, I see Corrupt not being there, but you're right. I mean, he wouldn't have got a lot of value out of it. Now he's got a full 4 perks. Although, good God, that is disgusting. I don't know if you've noticed where the totem is.
Yeah, it does tend to happen sometimes. We'll see if the survivors consider it worth going after. Again, sometimes they like Ruin over dealing with Eruption instead, and we'll just have to see what their response to it is. Going upstairs, use of again. Some killers not using Bamboozle. I think Bamboozle is absolutely necessary on this map. Not able to cut the server off, but going for
He gets this.
What?
What?
How did she fast vault that?
I guess she did. I really
I don't
thought
think you
that was gonna be
can
a
though
hit.
from that angle.
I'm sure you can, but I really thought it was gonna happen. I also thought he was gonna get head on there, but that's just me and my head on PTSD coming in. But looks like we're casing over to this really bad pallet. I want to see a hit over top of this. Oh, two gens do pop. I was gonna say
they
you can hit
wanted
over
it.
that, but maybe not during the vault. I don't think you can hit it during the vault. I think
you can. I think that's where you hit it.
Really? I know you can hit it if you're standing against the edge for sure. But
I want to see. I've seen someone get stand getting hit over the edge, but I don't
That's
know.
gonna be
They do go down.
He gets it.
Yeah, but there's someone in the
I thought
vicinity.
it wasn't. Yeah, there's somebody really close by. I think they're back on the other side of Shaq. There you go. I think you got to leave this, unfortunately. You just got to go for it. You got to chase the Lara now. I mean,
you can
if you
force a
chase
hit
the
here.
Lara, yeah, if you, but they've got these two pallets going that way. I don't know if you get this pick fast enough, though.
No, they don't.
No, okay, so Dino big brained that, and they just didn't. The other team didn't big brain it. So what Dino did there was he body blocked in front of him, thinking that the survivor would obviously think you'd body block behind you, and therefore there'd be no reason to, like, you'd go around the outside rather than the inside. But
Right.
Lara just came straight in from the back, so I guess it was kind of a 50-50. I thought it was a really big brain move, but unfortunately it didn't end up paying off. Survivors are getting away with a lot right now, though. They had a really tight 3-gen down this side, or 4-gen if you include main. Still a 3-gen with main, but main is kind of hard to sink into a 3-gen. Good mind game there on the pallet. We got another one nearby. These pesky survivors, they're swarming like flies, man.
Yeah, they're really getting some good value out of Sloppy Butcher, I feel like. Are they gonna come back in? I think they're gonna hold off on the pallet safer. I think you just go for the pick. So I understand the paranoia since the first one.
But she's far on that side. It felt like maybe that was more of the bluff again.
Yeah, it might have
She
been.
was far on the side. You have to pick me up on this side, so someone comes from the street, right? But yeah, I want to be okay. We're gonna see a pain res. We did see a pain res. Now.
Yep.
Okay, and it hit this main gen. Okay.
Hit the main building gen. Now breaking these walls. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm still hung up about that fast vault through the window. I don't know how you hit that angle because it did look like she went wide. Anyway. Getting the unhook in the meantime. Looks like that Nancy was going to take a tag there for a second, thinking against it. Now, is this a head-on setup?
Possibly. I don't know if she would have vaulted if it had been, but...
Ooh.
Oh, here we go. This is going to be a hit. That's it. Yep, good,
Great mind
good.
game.
I haven't seen who has flashlights and firecrackers and stuff, so I don't know how much danger we're in here. Where did the ace end up going? He's right there now.
Gallows,
I was gonna say the ace was working on that gen sort of in the street, kind of near where the hook is now.
Yep.
But then after getting the tag for the not flash, like for the not when they didn't get the save, the pallet save back there, I didn't know where he had gone to. I knew he hadn't really gone onto that gen. So our killer knows that there's at least one at Gallows. I don't know if he identified that the both of them are there. Now they will have. Dino knows now. Sloppy Butcher might not let this heal come through. Oh, it does get the one heal through, and we're going to reapply that Sloppy Butcher, though. So our 4 gens left are these 3, including main, and then one down the middle of the street by the water tower. We're going to try and finish this tunnel out here. But we do have Nancy nearby to try and body block and keep her alive as long as possible. They did finish the heal on Ace.
Mm-hmm.
But what's her name? Nia is going to be sloppy butchered. I think this is a head off. No, she's upstairs. Do you hear her?
No, it's not.
You heard her on the...
I think Survivor might be running in for it, but no, it's just a body block potentially.
The Nancy, yeah, she just dropped. The Nancy was on the gen in main. You could hear her.
Mm-hmm.
So Ace has the flashlight. I don't think Nancy has anything to stop this. So I think this is going to be a death.
Yeah, Firecracker's already dropped by Laura at the Shack pallet back when it first got dropped, and now Death Hook coming in. Nia gonna have to leave the upstairs situation entirely. Ace
So
is
all
on
the gen progress is main. This is all the gen progress right now, I think.
Yep.
And
We're too
Ruin's
much.
still up too.
Ruin is still up. They have not gotten rid of it.
Interesting. I wonder if they've identified it. It's not hard to find.
They might still be thinking that it's maybe it's a missed call out at this point because they've seen pain res. Maybe they thought it was eruption. They just don't want to deal with eruption, but they should have been able to call the perks at this point.
Do you think maybe they didn't realize it wasn't corrupt because of the fast down and they just jumped on some close gens? I can't imagine it, but I'm trying to like, what is going on? You know, I'm trying to figure out. I think there's no negative reason to keep to get rid of Ruin at this point, you know?
Yeah, they also just sometimes just don't like, it takes time to look for Ruin. Maybe it's just not worth it to them. They think they'd rather just, work through the Ruin instead. But yeah, Ruin might end up being MVP as it's got quite a bit of value going down after the vault.
Pain res. This is her second hook, but this is going to be her pain res.
Yeah, and this reset is taking time because of the Ruin is just regressing all this time. Like I said, pain res gonna be coming in. Well, no, I don't think the center hook's pain
no,
res.
she's not going for it. Interesting. So Dino is saving Nia's pain res for their death hook. That's very interesting.
Interesting. Nancy just like, all right, I'll take the vault, and he's like, all right, I'll bring his power and go back to the hook.
Just a single bong.
Yeah, a little bit of standoff going on.
No big bong, just bong. She makes this window.
Yeah, she makes the window. Not using bamboos.
Is there a head on? I think we're getting head on right here. No? Okay.
They might be waiting one more round. Honestly, it'd be so. Oh no, it's just a body block play. It'd be so Galaxy Brain going back through and then checking a locker.
Right? Yeah. I mean, they haven't hit him with it, so I guess. Okay, so he is scared of this gen popping.
That is fair.
Rightfully
But say, good job to the survivors for actually getting that done. I didn't know if they could.
These Dino's still in good shape. There's 0 progress on 3 gens that are pretty near each other. The only exception being the fact that main is kind of a pain in the ass to get up to. Pardon my language. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get up to. So I mean, it's not the best gen to have as part of your 3 gen, but those gens are very close. They're very easy to patrol, and Wraith is pretty quick. So
for sure, and. Looks like Nia did run upstairs. They might be trying to set her on the gallows, but...
So we left the slug.
Yeah, they left the slug. I think... Is this Survivor Death Hook or second stage?
Yeah, Death Hook. Death Hook, no pain res yet, too. So you can pain res here. This one sort of like out the door to the right. At the 12 o'clock spot. I don't like to use clock hollows, but you know what I'm talking about. This one here. So that's going to hit this pain res here. I don't think for a second they realized either. I don't think for a second they realized that the pain res hadn't gone off. That's so crazy.
Very possible.
This is 4K1. This is going to be 4K1.
Yep, able to pull out the 4K1. Very well done. And Nancy's like, yep, come on. Get it over with.
Bring it on. Yep. All right. Really solid play by Dino. Can I say something while we're cleaning up the end of the game here? This is one of those rare times where, like, I call it the desert, out in the gallows area and out in there. I call it the desert area. They did not have a lot of gens over there. You'll see 3, sometimes even very rarely 4 generators on that side of the map. All these gens were up the other end of the map. Like, there was one at the end of the street here, right in front of us, plus these 3, plus the one in the middle of the street here, plus gallows. So there was only one deep in the desert area, and there was nothing else back there. That's just rare.
That's a fair point.
I feel like it's rare. Usually your 3 gen is gallows and 2 gens over there, but there was like 4 or 5 gens up the side of the map. Yeah, that gen, you can see it off to the right there. That gen over there was the only one past Shack other than gallows. That's very interesting.
Yeah, that is. Huh.
I actually, at one time, I went through and loaded in with bots because I wanted to test. And I discovered, I can't remember the results. I ended up uploading it because I had a disagreement with, actually, I'm not going to call them out, but I had a disagreement with a friend of mine about how frequently you get a 3 gen over there. And yeah, I think having 2 gens over on that side, like having 2 end gallows, was like, it was like, God, I can't remember, like it was like 50 to 60%. Having all 4 gens, like 3 gens on, like 1 on the other side of the street of that sort of house by Shack, 1 in the desert, and then that 1 that's sort of off to the right here, like between sort of gallows and right over here where we're at right now. It's like Dino's listening to me. That was like a 5% chance it would spawn. But anyways, we're just waiting for the hook states here. That's enough yapping out of me though. Do you think Boofy's gonna come back and match or beat this?
It's gonna be a tough ask. I would say 4K1, 4K0 is generally on the better side of Wraith results, and definitely a really good job on the Wraith's part. It's a tough ask, especially when it's like, hey, can you, like, match this role? Because the farmers know that's going in, and they're going to be prepared for it, so... Alright. right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading in for trial number 6, last one of today and round 1. This time around, we do see Corrupt Intervention does make a little bit of sense, and talked about it earlier. They got to make a 4K1 just to tie, 4K2 to win. 5 gens is a loss. Or at least, you know, kind of cut and dry win condition, honestly.
I agree. 4K2 to win, 4K1 to tie. If they get all the gens done, the survivors will win this. Chads will win this. Big swing on Dame gets the hit here. It's so funny. I was just talking about it, and this time we have the 3-gen down by Gallows. This is going to be a quick down on Dame.
Very quick down. Speaking of Corrupt Intervention not being good if you get a quick down.
I was going to say, in your defense, that was 30 seconds of Corrupt Intervention, and now and Corrupt Intervention replaced, and survivors know this, there's no ruin on the map. So... Yep. Dino definitely got more value out of Ruin than Boofy is getting out of Corrupt Intervention here. That was a pain res, so we've seen pain res, we've seen sloppy, we've seen Corrupt Intervention with 1 perk on the board left here. Yeah, look at those 3 gens. Look at this tight 3 gen over here. So you got to crack one of these. Gallows is going to be the most important, of course, and we are leaving this. We're playing really aggressive. We left this. This hook with a little bit of space, I think, assuming that they're going to be cranking out that 3-gen and wanting to go defend it.
Doesn't seem to be the case, and Jake almost getting blocked off there. Won't be able to make the pallet, though. We'll take a tag regardless. And
My boy Z-Slasher running into a wall. Love it.
Yep. And I think we're going to see them go back and try and harass this unhook. Again, I think Survivor... No, they are going to send someone over for the unhook.
For free. Okay.
Body blocks coming in. Is it going to be enough? It is. They're going to prevent him from getting inside. Dynamillion will take the hit tank, though, letting them get into the main building. And they did bring Bamboozle, so this is going to be not the absolute worst when it comes to looping, but see if they get a fast vault here or not.
This is the common he gets. Yep. Yeah, I was going to say he gets that swing. Last game, she must have got a fast vault. That's
what I'm saying. I don't know how you get a fast vault there. There's no time.
I don't know. I mean, people do it in 4 lanes. Like, it can be done. It's just really unlikely. Like,
well, I'm saying, like, from the position, I didn't see her, like, you have to wrap around to get it. But, man, look at these gens firing in the meantime.
They cracked the 3-gen. That's great. That gen there, that is a serious problem for the killer at this point. And the other one was the one that connected as well. The one that was sort of by Water Tower that Z-Slasher was working on. That one and the one that popped made it so that the gens are now kind of more split up. So the unfortunate thing is that corner gen, the one sort of right in front of us, right here in the middle, that one's a terrible one to work on, but Gallows is a little bit more playable. We are bringing Chase back to the hook, which is a little bit unfortunate. If we go down here, we're in a bad place, but the killer's deciding to go check out. We do see a reset coming in on Dino.
Yeah, they are getting a reset. Lara's still back here, but it looks like they're going to be cut off, not able to get back into the map. I say you keep Laura hostage back here. You keep harassing the unhook. This is a pretty solid start here.
Aim just missed the skill check,
and they body blocked, getting a hit. Will be a
but look at this. So you're gonna take Z-Slasher out. You're gonna continue the chase here, and Finesse is gonna be able to come pick up Z-Slasher unless the killer adjusts to that somehow.
For the people
play. What's the plan here though? Why are we? But now we've got. I mean, I guess someone was going to take a hit. I guess someone was going to take a hit, so let the Dino go down instead of the tunnel out get hit. But we got 2 slugs now.
Ooh, big good stun.
Water Tower is still up. Z-Slasher took the hit without throwing the pallet, so this is still up. So we got a little bit more.
Oh, that was crazy. Also, I think I really like this idea of, like, leaving 2 slugs, just go for your tunnel out. They have to go over. They have to reset.
I agree, but it's like it made it not be as bad as it was looking. Like if you just looked at the health bars, it looked bad, but it wasn't quite as bad as all that. Dino, Dame is putting on a good chase here though. Unfortunately, going to take a tag.
Yep. And
hopefully make it a little bit ways to main. The other survivors are all off the ground with the head.
Yeah, I was about to say they're not resetting.
Firecracker.
Yeah, they're not resetting at all. They are coming in. They're going to be... It sounds like they're about to play aggressively if they haven't reset.
Z-Slasher with the head-on flashbang play. What a menace. I think you...
Yeah, they're on the gen at Gallows.
See, this is the problem with Bamboozle in main, is you just... I mean, eventually you catch up, but, like, it's like you go one window, you go the other. Oh, down under the... Not quite under the pallet. Is somebody nearby?
No, I think they've left
like
them to
it.
die, so they're going to get the third generator done. But that's the thing. You
So-
know that they came in for that blast mine headbound, which was good. It extended the chase. Now you're going to see them reset here now that they've got rid of the sloppy butcher effect. And now Jake's going to be in a bit of trouble as they're going to be looping with the Wraith. Oh, great hold.
Z-Slasher in chase. Z-Slasher in chase. Z-Slasher with the great check spots here. Oh, he's gonna get moonwalked. He's gonna get moonwalked.
What am I watching?
I was gonna say, like, he can't go check that corner anymore. I thought he was gonna get moonwalked, but all right. Split Wraith.
Okay,
All right.
okay, this is discombobulated.
So we're gonna see a pain res, maybe. Survivors need to finish one more gen to tie the game.
Yep.
It was a pain res. That is our first hook on any new survivor. Everybody's fresh. Everybody's fresh hook. Everybody is healthy except for Z-Slasher on hook. They did finish Gallows gen. This gen over here is kind of in the middle of nowhere. We do see scratch marks at main. What's the other gens? We have one in the street in front of the main building. We have one behind the street on the right side of the map. We found Dino Melon going in for the save here. This should be, because of the way this is, he should take a tag and then also get the unhook, but I don't know if we're going to be able to take a hit here. Nope.
Yeah, not going to be able to take a hit. It's going to be a trade, and they're going to gladly take that pain res trade as it's going to mess up whatever generator that Laura's on, which is going to be the Saloon gen, which is the hardest one for them to, deal with.
And you're, if you're Boofy right now, you're in the same place you were about 30 seconds ago, except better because you got an extra hook and you've got an injured and healthy survivor and a hook. So, looks like we're chasing down Z-Slasher. You're trying to continue this chase. If Z-Slasher goes down pretty soon,
there's no pallet. Yeah, they have to go corner.
There's a pallet deep. Yeah. I gotta imagine Finesse is almost getting that unhook at this point. Yep, there it is. Okay, but we're in snowball territory.
We are in snowball territory, which is absolutely crazy. They could meet the win condition here, not just the tie. That is crazy how much pressure they've been able to exert on these survivors so far. But I imagine, yeah, Dino's going to wrap around, go back for that Saloon gen, try and secure a tie condition here. Which I think at this point, all you can really hope for is the tie condition.
Yeah, get one more gen done. Like, it's really unfortunate because they don't really have an opportunity to heal up. He makes that, I was going to say, he makes that vault for sure. We still have this pallet in front here. This is such a weird pallet, though, because, yeah, if you don't... If you drop the pallet, he kicks it right away. If you kind of like wait for him to decloak, he can decloak on the short end and still get a swing on you. So,
and this was how we saw him convert the momentum against the pallet and actually slide around.
Yep. This is going to be a hook in the 3 gen. That was right. His pain res is already gone. Hook in the 3 gen. There is this gen out, and they have identified all 4 gens, which is good. But this is getting a little hairy. Dino's one hook from death. Or 1 minute from death, depending on how you play it.
Yeah, this is looking somewhat dire. We see the reset come in, and now finding Laura going to be able to get a tag on here before they get too far. And I imagine they'll just drop chase here, try and see if they can find Jake. If they come in for the reset or the pick or not. They don't. I imagine that means that they're probably on the generator in the corner near Gallows. Nah, they're rotating around, actually, near that area.
Oh, he is
Wraith
now,
is onto him.
But he sees it. Yeah, this is rough. Dino's gonna die.
Yeah.
The option here is Dino dies or Z-Slasher trades, and that's not putting yourself in. You trade with Z-Slasher. You trade with Dino. You got Z-Slasher slugged. Dino's gonna get chased on Death Hook. That's gonna be the end of the game. Finesse is cranking this gen, but I don't think there's enough time.
Yeah, you've got to go for this trade.
He might trade. He might trade. Started ball. No. Oh, he gets it. He gets it for free.
Yeah, he does.
Not free, but not a trade.
Yeah, the unhook coming through before the uncloak could happen.
Pallet?
So
no pallet. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no pallets. They're going comp corner. They know that. Yeah, Finesse is probably on that gen. They're gonna go straight back there. This is a great place to leave a slug, and yeah, they see Finesse getting off that gen where they can go kick it. But that means that Dino Milan's afraid to go back up to the saloon, go back work on that gen. It depends on how long Finesse is able to do this chase. They're not going to go for the chase. Finesse is actually gonna go. Yeah, checking on Saloon Gen, and they see him up there. Yeah, they are. I'm about to say, chase Finesse. If you can get this down quickly, you're in a good spot. Finesse has to go for the chase of their life. Nope.
There's not a lot of resources left. Dino did pick up Z-Slide. There's not a lot of resources left. We're going to get the hook on Finesse here, which will be the last pain res, the last fresh hook.
Mm-hmm.
It's so dire because Wraith can roll up on you. Invisible. Oh, no pain res. Wraith can roll up on you. from any position and you're injured, but you really don't have time or the safety to reset either. I think he's chasing Dino into main there. Yeah, and Dino's on death hook. As soon as Dino dies, this is game over.
They needed that pallet stun so bad.
And Slasher got the unhook, but Slasher's gonna go down for it.
Yep. So I think Z-Slasher still has a single hook state left before death, so they will be able to, you know, not a horrible trade, all things considered. And now the survivors are able to split apart again, but I still don't know how you get this generator done.
Finesse came in for the flashlight and didn't get much distance, so now I mean, it didn't go for him, but that could have been dangerous.
True.
Like, if you get a slug on the hook, it's over.
Right.
I mean, good unhook here, but if you get if Finesse had got in close and got down there, trying to body block here, but there's not a lot of time on your borrowed time, friend.
Yep, great swing.
It's over. You're down now.
Oh, that was such a good block.
That's Slasher's death hook here.
Yep.
No, it was very good, but like you only got so much time before you're out of time, right? Unless they're, we don't allow borrowed time or anything like that. So, how are we doing on the gen here? Not enough.
Not nearly enough, especially when you still got a pain res in the back pocket.
There's no resources left on the map.
Yeah, this is looking 4K too. Wow.
This has been a good matchup.
Really has.
I mean, first round, I think there was the difference of one hook state. Second round was the difference of one gen. And this one here is going to come down to the difference of one gen, like really, really close. But, yeah, I'm starting to think Hysteric is going to come away with the 2-1 win here.
It's looking to be the case. Like I said, very, very close match overall. They leave the slug in the back. If either of these survivors... yeah, Finesse has been hooked, so if the survivor bleeds out, it'll still be full points and a fresh hook. Or the hook has already been, a fresh hook has already been achieved. They see Dino. Looks like they're going to be running back, trying to maybe make their way back to Finesse to get a pickup, but I don't know how you're going to... Oh my word, what a stun.
Big stun, but, I mean, you got nothing left, right? There's one bad pallet down over here. There's a decent pallet there, but, I mean, you got to get distance to pick up. Yeah, no.
Yeah, but he's got made for this, so that works out.
He's got made! Okay, I mean, still, that's exciting. It's probably not going to change too much, but that's exciting.
Yeah.
Can you make this pallet? Finesse makes this pallet. Unless body block. Oh,
this is close. I say, yeah, if you go for the hook now, they're not death hook, but it doesn't give them time to really get a gen done. You close the hatch, they can't even complete the next gen, and you close the curtain on the game.
Well, it doesn't matter. They have to finish another gen. So even if by some magic like smoke and mirrors that Dino managed to get out the hatch, it's still a win for Hysteric. So I mean, it's not going to happen. But even if it did happen, it didn't matter, right? So
indeed, and
where's Dino?
I say Dino finished mending somewhere, getting the unhook. They refuse to die. They're like, nah, this ain't over yet.
I respect it. No quit. Never say never.
True, but I don't know how you're going to make this
chase
that this pallet lasts for 90 seconds.
Oh! I thought this pallet was gone.
Nope, this is the last pallet on this side of the map.
No, there's still this one here. I knew this one was here. I don't think you make it, though.
Oh my word.
The entity wants him to live! Oh, too late.
I say, they tried, but now this is death hook, and you can't finish a gen in 20 seconds.
I knew this pallet was up. The other one I thought was already gone. Yeah, that's going to be the end of that, so... well fought by the Chads. Great killer showing by both Poofy and Dino Melon, and it looks like
they're on the Chad. They see him.
How fast can you fix a motor?
Not fast enough.
Yeah.
Trevor knows it too. Like, yep, all right, it's over. A little bit of moonwalk for the show of it. We'll be seeing the final chase of the game come in here in just a moment.
Great match, though. Really great match.
Oh, absolutely. This was a blast to watch. I say the 1v1 is not nearly as enticing when there's like no pallets left.
Haha! Way to uncloak. It's a moral victory. It's a
yeah. There you go.
It's.
Oh,
and the stun!
Smash it!
Smash it! And parental guidance, so he's gonna lose him.
True. Actually, true. What? What am I watching?
Did he? Did he act? He didn't actually. No, he's right there.
Yeah, I'm about to say, there's no way.
That's funny. Well, oh, we got this God pallet here still up, guys. This isn't over yet.
Oh!
What?
Oh!
Okay.
Wow, not
right.
even giving them the honor of a Mori here. Just be like,
Yeah,
nope, you get the distended shoulder treatment here.
Yeah. the good old split Wraith. Great matchup between these two. That was a really, really great season opener for both of them. I don't feel like any team really... I feel like both teams had equal, like, really, really great plays and a couple hiccups here and there, and all told, it wound up just barely falling in Hysteric's court every game. 4K2 is going to be your final there for Boofy.